shoplifted from many different stores, didn't you?
That's true.
Would you say you became pretty skilled at stealing?
I wouldn't say that because I was fired from my job after my boss thought that I stole his sunglasses. Obviously, I was not very skilled.
So you did steal your boss's sunglasses?
Yes, but I was not very good at it.
And you were fired because you stole your boss's sunglasses, correct?
Correct.
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
Sustained. But, good film.
And you have not had a job since last February.
That's right.
So you've been living off of your savings?
Yes, I was.
While you were living with Mr. Shem, you didn't pay any rent, did you?
No, but then he started demanding rent after some time.
So the entire time you were living with Mr. Shem, you never found a job, did you?
No, I began searching for jobs, but I have not found any.
Because you were unemployed, you had a lot of time to spend time with Mr. Shem.
Yes, I got to know his interests, such as the painting treason.
So you learned a great deal about artwork.
He was never very detailed about his interest in treason, but I knew that he was...
Objection, Your Honor. The witness is being non-responsive.
Well, I think he's trying to answer your question. Let's see what he doesn't respond to, and then we'll go
Can you
back.
can you repeat the question,
You
please?
learned a great deal about artwork while you were living with Mr. Shem, didn't you?
Well, I mean, not really. I knew he was very interested in it, but that's pretty much all I knew about it, until I got to see it for myself.
So you didn't read magazines about artwork while you were living with Mr. Shem?
I mean, didn't appear to me to read magazines, no.
So while you were living with Mr. Shem, you saw the replica of treason in Mr. Shem's apartment, didn't you?
No, I did not.
Objection, Your Honor. Creation of a material fact. He never sold the painting treason.
Saw.
Oh, saw. Excuse me.
Well, I think that's what we're trying to determine right now. Are you about to impeach this witness for his testimony?
No.
Okay, then
We're gonna move on.
I will overrule your objection because the question is withdrawn, I assume.
Yes. So while you were living with Mr. Shem spoke a lot about artwork.
Yes, he did.
And you knew that he made replicas of other paintings?
Yes, he did.
So you even joked that Mr. Shem's replicas were good enough to fool art experts, didn't you?
Yes, I believe so.
So, turning your attention to the night of Marty McCulloch's 4th of July party, you wore an oversized tan trench coat, correct?
Yes, I did.
Do you think the coat was a bit out of place for this event, wasn't it?
I mean, it was outside in the patio. It wasn't. I was watching the fireworks show, so I wanted to dress well.
This was in July, correct?
Yeah.
At the party, you specifically asked to see treason, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And after the party, you went back to Mr. Shem's apartment.
Yes, I did.
But at that time, you were no longer living at Mr. Shem's apartment.
No, but I had the keys because although I had not fully moved out because of my belongings, they were still there.
When Detective Barron arrived at Mr. Shem's apartment, you answered all of his questions readily, didn't you?
Yes, albeit very fast and nervously.
And you immediately turned the conversation to Mr. Shem's artwork, correct?
Yes, I started boasting about his artwork.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any